our next fight tonight, 3 rounds this in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a Muay Thai fighter standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in officially 115 and 1/2 pounds. Her professional record in 12 bouts, 11 victories, no defeats, and 1 draw. Here is the unbeaten strawweight out of Florianópolis, Santa Catarina, Brazil, Marina. And across the octagon, her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She's a kickboxer standing 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in officially 115 pounds and 14 professional fights. Her record, 10 victories and 4 defeats. Here is the number 8 rated strawweight contender in the world, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, USA, the tiny tornado, Tecia Torres. And your referee in charge of the action, Fernando Portela.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Marina Rodriguez wants to make the move into the rankings. She's in the gray as a plus 130 small underdog. Touch of the gloves, and we are underway for 3 possible rounds at 115 pounds.
The first thing that jumps off the page to me, you can see the height difference. I think it's 6 inches. That's what Tecia was saying this week, and she believes it's bigger than that. Now, of course, with Rodriguez having that Muay Thai style, loving the clinch, when your opponent is so much shorter than you, the knee is just there to be, the face is just there to be kneed. So Ticia's got to watch that. Typically, she's a fast starter. She's going to have to get on the inside and get past that range. But when she does that, as I say, you got to watch the knees and the elbows.
Well, at 5 feet 1 inches tall, she's not really going to be taller than anybody that she fights, save for maybe Brianna Van Buren. But Torres told us this week too, Michael, that she likes fighting taller fighters. When she's fighting a similar height fighter, she kind of can find it tough to close that distance and get inside. She's certainly giving up the height advantage here. 1 minute in, largely a feeling out process so far.
Yeah, you know, being 5'1", of course, she's always the smaller person, and you know, you develop a style. But she said she's going to work the body on this one, which is it's not a bad strategy. Get on the inside, slip the jabs or slip the teep kicks. Get on the inside, crack the face, work the body. It's a great way of slowing down your opponent. Because having the reach, the range, the height, it is such a massive advantage. I mean, it's not the only reason why Jon Jones is so great, but if you look at his frame, it's so beneficial for mixed martial arts. But on the flip side, if you're used to fighting, used to trying to get on the inside as the shorter person, you develop your own style. I mean, case in point, look at Mike Tyson back in the day. Didn't affect him at all.
Yeah. Well, Torres telling us this week, too, that she's been too nice, as Heidi kind of mentioned as well. Wanted to turn up the aggression and not make it a point fight. Really kind of show her full skill, her full aggression. Just be nasty, you know?
Yeah. Well, Ticia's doing the right thing. She's exploding in and throwing several punches. She can't just throw one. If you're going to get on the inside, you're going to do that work and close the distance. You're going to make it pay. So one shot's not enough. Throw 2, 3, 4, and then exit. And so far, that's what she's trying to do. Looks really sharp so far.
All on the feet so far as each looks for the range. Blitzing forward is Rodriguez.
Yeah, that was really nice footwork by Rodriguez there. Kind of gets in, lands a couple of shots, then steps away on the angle.
And now they're in close quarters there for a moment. Each firing some heavy strikes.
Yeah, and Tecia made Rodriguez pay there because Rodriguez took the tie clinch. And she said, you're going to grab me there, I'm going to punch you in the face. And that's what she did. She connected 2 or 3 times. And if she does that every time she goes for the tie clinch, then Rodriguez might abandon that game plan.
Front kick to the body there for Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez punishing the body well. I mean, obviously she's got those long legs, got to use them. Firing the front kicks up the midsection. One won't do it, but after enough of those, they really start to pile up. They affect your breathing. You just have this pain in your stomach. So you're trying to focus on the fight, but you're in pain.
Punching her way in and looking to change levels is Torres, but Rodriguez shrugs it off. Well, Torres has proven over the years to be hard to hit. She ranks among the highest in striking defense in the division, which of course is the game plan for Rodriguez in this one, putting her Muay Thai on display.
Time. Go to the red corner.
And a low strike I believe, on the exchange.
No, I think it was an eye
It was
poke.
an eye poke, okay.
Yeah. Interesting though, she called time herself and the referee went with it. A lot of the time, you know, the referee's got to see it, but fair play. And they're good. You see the redness on the leg on Rodriguez there. Tecia doing a good job of chopping that down. She comes in, closes the distance, throws a few shots, and then typically ending with a low kick.
Exchange up top, finished with the kick for Torres.
Ooh, nice straight right there. And a heavy body kick.
Torres
Look at the
catches
balance.
it though, yeah.
Fantastic balance by Rodriguez there. Tecia kind of picked her up and she just kind of surfed the air and floated and then landed back down perfectly.
So with 30 seconds to go in the first round, Torres continues to try to fight in close. Knees to the body there for Rodriguez as she tries to fight her way off the fence. And now Torres escapes, eats a body kick for it, and another right hand from Rodriguez.
Ooh. Rodriguez is just so mean, you know. She loves it. Oh, that was a good knee and another one.
That one connects. Second round, straight ahead. The action begins at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. You can purchase that event on ESPN Plus exclusively. Combination on the counter from Rodriguez as we are back to action here in the second round.
Both of these ladies look sensational tonight. Very, very fast, high level of technique, crisp striking. It's a really good showcase for women's mixed martial arts.
And it seems like the corner of Torres was asking her to change levels after a combination. So we'll see if she continues to try to get things down to the ground as we show you the total strikes in favor of Rodriguez through the early going of the second round. Unofficially 0 for 2 on her takedown attempts in the first 5 minutes was Torres.
Rodriguez, as I said earlier, with the Muay Thai background, she's not really using much jabs. It's just not a weapon they use very often in Muay Thai, and you can see that, and that's kind of hurting her here. She has a, you know, quite the reach advantage, but she's not really making the most of it. Of course, she's kicking her from a distance and using those long legs, but if she used the jab more effectively, she'd be able to pick Tecia apart from the outside.
Rodriguez forcing her way inside to the clinch.
Yeah, rushed her way in there. And it was actually Tecia that was landing the knees. Here we see Rodriguez here. Look at her. She's trying to get those hands connected around the back of her head. Seal up the Muay Thai clinch. Just framing up right now. Sticking a forearm in her throat. Oh, look at that. Great reaction.
There from Torres.
Yeah, she was off balance, but still threw out a side kick. Ooh, good shot on the break there by Tecia. Angled off there, landed a nice right hand.
As they return to the center of the octagon, Brendan Fitzgerald with Michael Bisping and Heidi Andral here from Montevideo, Uruguay for UFC Fight Night Shevchenko versus Carmouche 2. There is a title fight in our main event later on here on ESPN Plus, but for now, strawweights who are throwing heavy hands here.
Throwing heavy hands, but I've got to say I'm really impressed with the takedown defense of Rodriguez. Tecia trains at American Top Team, you know, a fantastic facility, some of the best coaches in the world and the best training partners. And no doubt part of the game plan was to take her down. You know, she's trying to do it, she's attempted it. So they obviously worked that a lot in the training camp. And so far, Rodriguez, for the most part, keeping the fight on the feet.
In the clinch here, and Torres was looking for some uppercuts. Meanwhile, look out for the knees of Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And Torres was trying to spin her down to the ground, nothing doing. So again, they separate and strike. And a knee to the body that time on Rodriguez. Reversed there by Torres. Well, Michael, Tecia told us this week she wanted to up the aggression factor, kind of be a different fighter than what she's shown over her last few. How do you do that?
Well, She certainly looks aggressive enough to me. You know, she's all out action here tonight. She's throwing a lot of shots. She's getting in there. She's being super aggressive, trying to find the takedowns. And when that's not there, she's punching on the break. So far, she's fighting a terrific fight. And so's Rodriguez as well. Very entertaining. As I said before, high skill level. Ooh, look at that. A nice punch on the break there for Rodriguez. You see the condition of Torres. I mean, look at it. Not an ounce of fat on her. She said this was one of the easiest weight cuts she ever had. It was just 2 pounds, which is pretty much non-existent, you know. Just don't drink water all day and you'll make the weight.
Wow, that front kick got up top, almost to the face of Torres.
Right in the face.
Busy work with the lower half of the body for Marina Rodriguez, as you would expect. Connects on a front kick there.
This fight is so close. Both of them having a lot of success, you know, at different times. I'm not sure which way the judges are going to see it. If she can get this takedown, it might just steal the round, because as I say, this is very close.
Certainly a takedown for Torres would be huge, but running out of time to do it here in the second round.
There it is.
Final
There's the tie
seconds as
clinch.
they continue to clinch with the fence. And that is where our second round will end. Third round straight ahead.
Respira. Como é que você
Breathe.
tá?
How you feeling?
Respira.
Breathe.
Como você tá? Puxa. Fundo, olha pra mim.
Look at me.
Foco. Puxa.
Focus.
Puxa. Mais um. Puxa no nariz.
Again. Breathe through your nose.
Isso.
That's it.
Respira. Toma um golinho, só um golinho.
Drink some water.
Mari, olha só. Agora o que acontece? Quando você joga finta, ela tá jogando um
When you feint, he's throwing random movements. You have to follow up. You gotta throw heavy hands. You just have to find a spot. Throw a front kick to her face quickly. When she kicks you, she's losing her stance. She's missing up on her stance. You have to hit her.
Agora, último round.
Last round.
Strawweights. Tecia Torres, the 8th ranked strawweight contender. Marina Rodriguez looking to fight her way into the rankings tonight.
Yeah, Rodriguez, she's a very interesting character. You know, you can see the excitement on her face there between rounds.
Yeah, she smiles in between.
She's like, yes, yes, I want the round to start. Like, normally you want that 60 seconds to last as long as possible and get your breath back. But it looked like she couldn't wait to get back in there.
Well, bears mentioning that Rodriguez, you don't see kind of the up-and-comer of which you might think she is in this matchup, but she's 32 years old. She's older than Tecia Torres. She didn't get involved in martial arts until 26. Did it for conditioning, lose some weight, stay in shape, right? And then all of a sudden, 12 fights later, she's an undefeated prospect here in the UFC.
Undefeated prospect, having a fantastic fight with one of the most experienced women on the roster. As I said earlier, Tecia's fought everybody, been around for a while, and as you can see, the skills, you know, they're there, 100% as good as anyone's skill set inside the UFC. And Rodriguez having a fantastic fight. Both ladies look terrific here.
Finding a home for that right hand several times on the way in was Rodriguez. Now Torres will look to fight off the fence.
You see, there it is. She's trying to get that tie clinch every time. But Torres doing a fantastic job of fighting that and avoiding the tie clinch.
So Torres reverses position here. Has not been able to get to the fight, to the mat, despite several attempts.
The knees of Rodriguez are beautiful, though. A lot of the time in the clinch position here, when you see people knee, they connect with the thigh, and it doesn't really do any damage. But when you see Rodriguez, she kind of lifts it out to the side and then turns it in. When she does that, she's guaranteeing that the end of the knee connects with the ribs, so it does more damage, you know. A thigh to the rib doesn't really hurt, you know, but trust me, the point of the knee, it's not good.
You can see all 5 takedown attempts stuffed by Rodriguez as she's kept her feet. And you saw also a welt below the left eye of Torres after some of those heavy shots from the Brazilian in the gray. In the corner of Rodriguez asking for counters off the kicks of Torres, which of course Torres at 5 feet 1 inches tall. She gives up all that reach, all that height. So,
oh,
catching the kick
look
that
at
time.
this. There's the takedown from Rodriguez. Kind of caught the leg, got a little sweep, kind of tripped her up, but didn't want to entertain the ground game there.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. You missed the last 40 seconds here, but Tecia Torres and Marina Rodriguez continue to stand and strike. Brief takedown from Marina Rodriguez, who caught a kick from Tecia Torres. But Torres able to explode back to her feet. Now 2 minutes to go here in the third and final round.
Yeah, Rodriguez, you know, she knows her strength. She's a Muay Thai practitioner that, you know, is rounding out her skill set. She actually managed to get Torres down, but look at this. There's nothing there really, but, you know, she needs an arm inside there to make the squeeze tighter, but certainly doesn't look like Torres is enjoying herself right now, grimacing a little there, but there we go. She had the arms just wrapped around the neck. As I say, you've got to go around an arm as well, so it's bigger so you can get a tighter squeeze. Just around the neck itself isn't enough, unless it's a rear naked choke.
Well, Torres seemed determined to take this fight to the mat with
Yeah.
that last takedown attempt, but that was not what she had in mind. She swings her way back to her feet, just over a minute to go now.
Yeah, Rodriguez landing some nice elbows there, a couple of knees in there as well, and you know, you got to think maybe that's stealing the show in you know, from the judges' perspective.
Big swing and a miss from Rodriguez, but still finds her way into dominant position on the feet.
Torres does so well at defending this, because you can see Rodriguez, her Muay Thai is world class. I can tell you that by watching her. She's done this a million times, and as I say, Torres defending them so well, it's really impressive.
Mixing up the right elbows and knees now is Rodriguez. As they return to center with 40 seconds to go in the final round. Torres again changing levels on the entry and more clinch from Rodriguez.
Whoa, beautiful foot sweep, nicely timed.
So a couple of takedowns here in the third and final round for Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Who really turned up the
Rodriguez
pressure.
turning it on here. Big elbow there, got through.
Steady
Incredible
tie
fight.
of right hands for Marina Rodriguez, but these two strawweights go the distance. We'll get the official decision coming up next. We are back on ESPN Plus. The judges' scorecards are in. Let's find out with Joe Martinez.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Here are the totals. 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26. Your winner by unanimous decision from Santa Catarina, Brazil, Marina Rodriguez.
Still unbeaten on her career. She moves to 12-0-1. Marina Rodriguez cashing as a small underdog here in Uruguay tonight.